Well, my name is Naliaka, Kituyi. I am a Kenyan. I think you know that I'm a Kenyan. But when you're a Mandela fellow, you get used to, every time you interact with other fellows, you have to start, my name is Medrin, I'm from Kenya, so that they see how Kenyans behave. Yeah, so this is really in Kenya. But anyway, YALI, there's someone who's saying what YALI stands for, Young African Leaders Initiative. It was started in 2010 by the US Department of State with the help of President Barack Obama to help young Africans realize their dreams of improving the communities they live in. Okay, so I'm lucky to be a 2017 Mandela Washington Fellow. So I can say I'm now learning how to get back into the Kenyan system. The Mandela Washington Fellowship was started in 2014, also by President Obama, and it was just to empower. You've heard about the Regional Leadership Center, that the RLCs. We have one in Nairobi for East Africa. There's the RLC for West Africa, based in Lagos. It's Lagos. West Africa. Yeah, Senegal. Then there's a South African one that is in South Africa. So those RLCs they're like small Mandela Washington fellowships for each region, so that those who don't make it to the Mandela fellows can at least get to the RLC fellows. See, so first, before I go on, the YALI RLC applications for the cohorts that it's cohort 23, 24, and 23, 24, and 25 is still going on, and the applications are closing on Monday, September 11th. So please apply for it. You might qualify without knowing. And it takes like 45 minutes to apply for it, and you might get into YALI RLC and be part of the YALI family. Also, there is Facebook. I know all of you here are on Facebook, or I'm assuming that all of us here are on Facebook. There's YALI Network face-to-face, where you get to interact with YALI RLC alumni, Mandela Fellows who are also alumni, other YALI Network members who are not alumni of either, who are just there to get information and also to share information about YALI. Well, I will start about my presentation because I want to talk about my Mandela Fellowship experience. First, I didn't say much about myself. I'm a water and environmental engineer by training, and also that's what I do. I work on rural water and energy development projects, currently in Baringo. Who knows Mogotio? Who knows Mogotio? So from Mogotio, there's the villages like Yokondaninani. Yeah, so that's where I work on water projects, energy projects, just trying to make the society sustainable. That's my full-time career. And I'm also a social entrepreneur, and that's how I got into the Mandela Washington Fellowship. In 2013, I was still in college, but I co-founded a mental health awareness group. It was called Upendo Group for Mental Health Awareness Mashinani. Our main agenda at that time, because we were students, we just wanted to, get information out there to people in the community about mental illness, the different kinds of mental illness, how they can go about controlling it, preventing it, and also making it more accessible to the people in the community. That time we didn't have money. You know how people get broke in campus? You have 50 bob to push you through all the whole week, and me, I was in a public university. I went to Egerton. So I was broke in Egerton, and I wanted to make a difference, and I had friends who were willing to partner with me. So the only means we had at that time was Facebook to reach out to communities. And through that, of course, along the way, my co-founders broke off, and I was left to fly solo. And I was invited actually to be a delegate at Women in Business and Information Technology Conference. It was in Kampala, and that's where I learned about YALI. Just like some of you are coming here to learn about YALI. So in September 2016, which was last year, I was a delegate at a conference, and I learned about YALI. So that's how I learned about YALI. And some of the ladies who were there and gentlemen were YALI members and Mandela Fellows alumni. And they told me about YALI, about the fellowship, how it would impact me positively and my life, and also the kind of social work that I do. And I decided to apply for it. So I had only 2 weeks. The conference was on from 22nd to 24th of September, and the application was closing around October 15. So I had like only 2 weeks to apply, and the Mandela Washington Fellowship application is thorough. You know, the RLC has 1 page. RLC application, those who have applied for YALI Regional Leadership Center, no, the application is like 1 page. But the Mandela Washington Fellowship application is, it's around 7 pages. It's more than 7 pages, and you have, gosh, I almost gave up. The essays, I know I had gone through engineering school where we don't write essays, we just do maths and you're done. And you had to be patient with yourself, be willing to learn, and go through the whole application process. Because it's lengthy, it will need you to be disciplined, focused, and just be honest, and also don't be afraid to brag. You know how Kenyans, you say that when I say what I do, people think I'm bragging. So if you don't want to brag, you're not going to be a Mandela Fellow. So brag on paper. Brag. Say you volunteer even with my organization, because I'm going to source for volunteers after this. So yeah. So you say you volunteer with a women's rights group, with a girl child group, with boys. There's someone who does boy child empowerment. Just say you volunteer, and not falsely, legit, because during the interview you'll have to say more about it, and if you're lying, you know, you'll be caught in your lies. But now it's a very interesting chance, because it makes you, you know, all the work you do chini ya maji, there's a chance now for you to be recognized for the chini ya maji ventures you do. You know, not anyone saying you're bragging and call you out on being a snob or something. So it's a really great opportunity. So that's about the fellowship. Just about the time. We'll know. So this is just more about me. So Upendo Group for Mental Health Awareness helped me get into Mandela Washington Fellowship. And during my time at the fellowship in the United States, I met several people who work in mental health awareness. And don't forget that I'm also a water engineer. So it's not only, mentally right is not, you know, Upendo was more for my local work in Kenya. But now I decided to open another platform where I can share my work about with other fellows from Ethiopia, Uganda, Togo, South Africa, Zimbabwe. So it's more of a bigger platform where I get to share my work on mental health awareness. I get to interact with people. And it's also a platform, like I was sharing with the money today, I was surprised that at 3 weeks old, we have an inbox that's overloaded with people asking about where they can get help. And for me, I didn't think that there are so many people in Kenya, especially, who are afraid to come out and speak honestly that, you know, I'm mentally ill, I'm looking for illness. So for me, I provide an anonymous platform for you to contact us. Anonymously, I don't even know the names of the people who contact me most of the time, unless they write it down to me that, well, this is me, so and so, I want this. But you can contact me privately or my team privately, and we can help you to the best of our ability. So we are still growing. We are 3 weeks old, and it's amazing to see the kind of support we are getting from the YALI network and the US Embassy in Nairobi, the USA Regional Office, which is an advantage if you become a YALI member. So please remember that I'm trying to coerce you guys to join the YALI network. Please. Yeah. So that's a photo of me in May. I wanted to share about my experience in May. So this is a lobster. The big ant I'm holding with my fingers, it's lobster. So in the state of Maine, where I was placed, first the state of Maine is, I know most of you don't know where it is, because I also didn't know where it was when I went there. We've all heard of Boston, Massachusetts. So north of Boston, Massachusetts. The next state is the state of Maine. It's the most northeastern state in the United States. It's the whitest state in the United States. When you see a black person, you go say hi to them, hi. Because Apuna. And then people literally come and hold your hair like, is this real? How do you do this? Yeah, it's piecing. You know, you've watched this movie, Dear White People. the lady say, "Dear white people, don't touch my hair." Well, it's true. Don't touch your hair because it's annoying. So the state of Maine is the whitest state, most northeastern. It's the coldest state in the United States. I think it has the worst winters. We're lucky to be there in summer. And I hope that when you guys apply to the Mandela Fellows, you get to go to the University of Maine, so that you can experience Maine lobsters. They have lobster ice cream. And also, what else? Lobster mac and cheese. And everyone there owns a boat. Everyone. Because there are so many islands. It's one of the poorest states, among the bottom 5 poorest states in the United States, also among there. It's among the poorest states. And it's the most rural state in the United States. Well, I was fortunate to go there, but not so fortunate because I was not a big town like Amani. You know, Amani was in New Jersey. You know? All the glam. And I would feel jealous. I'm like, I'm going to watch them peaceful and I'm in the US. So anyway, I don't know where you guys will go. And I also went bowling for the first time in my life. Hey guys, the first time. So when you become a Mandela Fellow, you get to do some things for the first time in your life. And I think we should have a bowling alley around here so that we can also not be shambas. So this is what I want to talk about. So I was at the University of Maine for 6 weeks for my Public Management Institute training. When Steve Biko was talking, he said YALI has business and entrepreneurship, civic leadership, and public management. So if you are a startup entrepreneur, you have a money-making enterprise. So you'll be lucky to be placed at the business and entrepreneurship track. And unfortunately, it's the most competitive track. It's the most competitive. So you apply for the business and entrepreneurship track, you had better get your facts right and your business in order, because it's the most competitive. Then we have civic leadership, where it's guys who want to do law, rights, environmental rights, and something. Anything that has rights, human rights and something, legal things, you go to civic leadership. And then public management is where social entrepreneurs like myself fall in. Those people who are doing things in the community to ensure that the community they live in is better. Either they are social enterprises that give you money, or social enterprises that are not for profit, any social enterprise. So you go into the Public Management Institute. So I was placed at the University of Maine with 24 other fellows from Africa, different African countries. So you can spot Kenya somewhere on the top row. Right here. I'm looking somewhere, but anyway, so this is Kenya. We were 3 Kenyans at the University of Maine. And for me, I would say my networking started the moment I was placed with other Kenyans, because before that, I didn't know them. So there was one who was an environmentalist, the other one who is a researcher who's trying to come up with sanitary towels out of plant biomass. Can you believe it? The Kenyans were doing that. I also didn't believe it, but you know, people doing amazing things, and that's how you network with them. There are those who are fighting Ebola in Guinea, those who are coming up with sustainable building methods. They just use clay, not clay like the mud houses we have in Shads, but they use clay to put up posh homes. So like, that's the guy who from Ivory Coast, that's what he was doing. Then you have, imagine from across the continent, you have fellows you're interacting with, and that's one of the benefits of being a Mandela Fellow. You get to have friends from across the continent. And if you're doing a business, like for me, I think I'm technologically illiterate. And because I know that in this century I can't function without technology, I have to network with people who are good in tech. Like someone who's good in tech to help me build my platform, make it more visible. So when I have a forum where I interact with other people, then I can be able to say, oh, so and so will help me build my tech business. I'll just bring this in play and put it all together and make it work. So, and well, that was me at the Washington Summit. So what I forgot to say is, after your 6-week institute residence at your host institute, there are those who will be placed in rural USA, like myself, and then there are those who will be placed in urban USA, like New York, New Jersey, like Amani. Amani came back when he was and me, I came back and I was like, I can't wait to go back to Nairobi, gosh. So because I was in rural USA. Imagine you're in USA and the internet speed is slower than the internet in Nairobi. But I'm not exaggerating. Like, internet in Maine at some point used to mess me up. So slow. So I'm talking to my mom and he's like, "Oko America." The internet in America is slow. Yeah, but anyway, I was still a Mandela Fellow despite everything, which is grateful. So at the Washington Summit, it's the end of the 6 weeks. Your last week in the United States. That's when you meet the other fellows from across. Like this year, we had 64,000 applicants from across the continent. Then we had around 5,500 being interviewed, being shortlisted for interviews. Kenya had, no, I'm confusing. Kenya had 5,500 applicants, then 200 shortlisted for interviews, which is a hotbed. That interview, I mean, do you remember the interview? It was hot. And then, but the interview is cool. Imagine going for an interview where you start with a discussion. You know, you're sitting, four of you, you're chatting, just chatting about a topic will be given. Then that's an interview. So depending on how you discuss, you know, those people who are group, those are the people who are just cancelled. So that helps you grow your networking character. It helps you be a team player, which is really amazing. That's interview. Then after that, now you just chat about yourself. You know, they ask you, so what do you do? I know what do you do is also among the questions that you apply for. So if what do you do that you're saying is different from what do you do on your on your paper, bad luck. So, but anyway, at the summit, that's where you meet all other Mandela fellows from across the continent. So this year we were 1,000 fellows. You can imagine the maps of Africa being painted all across Marriott Marquis in Washington, which was amazing. And then the good thing about the summit is there are organizations, there are businesses, there are senior government officials who come there to meet the fellows. So if you're serious about making yourself a better person, then for real, you can't get out of the summit without making networks. Like, I'm sure you can't have come all the way to Eldohub for this session and you get out of here without making a friend or learning about what someone else does. So that would be you wasting your time, one, you not being sure about what you want to do with yourself, which I'm sorry to say, but you know, just try to make yourself a better person. So the summit provides you with that platform to network, to create contacts, to learn how other young people are doing their businesses. Like for me, I think my favorite part of the summit was meeting, I met someone from, we have a meetup session. During the summit, there's a meetup session where you apply online. If you want to learn about how to manage NGOs, how to crowdfund, how to do environmental management, whichever field that you're interested in, IT. So for me, I chose to do crowdfunding because as a social entrepreneur, I don't want to keep putting my savings from my work into my business. I want my business to be sustainable. So I joined the crowdfunding meetup, and one of the guys who was speaking was called Matipeza. Matipeza, we'll have to forgive me for using his name here. So Matipeza was he was telling us about how he currently owns an airline. But before he started his airline, he dropped out of school. So he dropped out of school, he couldn't get a job anywhere in Zimbabwe. You know how Zimbabwe is with Mugabe? So according to him, he couldn't get a job in Zimbabwe, so he had to go train, just do certificate courses and train. Then after that, he had to work, because he had a dream of owning an airline. He had to go volunteer with an airline, learn how airlines work, how airlines manage, how they function. And then after volunteering, he actually got the nitty-gritties of how all these things are in place. So slow by slow, he was employed because now he was experienced. So after being employed and getting all that experience, he decided to, so he had enough savings that he'd been earning from working for the airline. Then he decided, well, now let me start my airline. So he started his own airline in Zimbabwe, which is really amazing. I was really inspired. And he was also telling me a story of how to crowdfund. Let me just share this because, and I know all of you here who are startup entrepreneurs, you're wondering how to get money for your business. Capital is a problem. Like for me, I was facing that. I didn't have capital, and I wanted to reach out to as many people as I could. So in crowdfunding, there's an inspirational moment. Like, how many of you have tried crowdfunding? GoFundMe? Oh goodness, guys. So crowdfunding, which I'm sure most of you then, if you've not tried crowdfunding, then maybe you don't know what it means. So crowdfunding is trying to get people to get funds for your business or enterprise from any other source that's not yourself. So in Kenya, I've seen Changia Me. You've seen Mchanga, Changia Me. So there's GoFundMe, and there's so many platforms. When you just Google crowdfunding sites, you'll go there. So there's a guy who went on GoFundMe, and he said he wants a salad worth $30. Not a salad for $30, and he said it's because he wants to live healthily. So he wants guys to help him get $30 for his salad. So that's like $3K for a salad, and he got $21,000. Yeah, from that crowdfunding site, he got $21,000. That's impressive. So when it comes to crowdfunding, don't be afraid to pitch any idea. It just depends on how you express yourself. How enthusiastic are you about social enterprise or your business? Do you want to sell it to other people? How can you make them want to invest in your idea? So this guy wanted a salad that was worth 3,000 Kenyan shillings, and he got $21,000, which is around 2.1 million Kenyan shillings. Imagine. And it all came out because he wanted a salad worth $30. Yeah? So you can go to Google crowdfunding sites, and then there's so many crowdfunding sites. If you don't want a Kenyan one because Kenyans are too stingy, there are many international ones that are there. There's also a company that was crowdfunding they wanted to come up with an electric aircraft. So it's still going on in New York, but because their money is from crowdfunding sites, they keep updating the site every time. Like the way right now we all want our IMC servers to be audited. So that's how also guys who are funding, the owners of GoFundMe will want you to, do some bit of audit for them. So every time they make progress building the aircraft, wanatuma photos so that guys who are funding, can see. And also sometimes there's someone who is telling me that, you might go to GoFundMe and no one wants to fund you, or you don't get the amount of money you wish. Imagine sometimes it's not the case. That people who grow old, they just have money idle in their accounts, they want to get rid of it before they die. So you might be lucky. Yeah. So you might be lucky, one of those people who just have idle money. They see your idea, they're like, wow, this is in Kenya, and they want this amount of money, then let me just put my money there. It looks like a useful cause. So you might be lucky, don't give up on crowdfunding. Because when you keep borrowing money from people to fund your venture, gosh, for me, it didn't work for me. Maybe it worked for other people, but for me it didn't work. So these are all Kenyan fellows. I want to encourage you that these young people, some of them were still in college, like Steve. I've seen Steve there. So Steve was still in college when he applied. There was someone who was asking me here whether they can still apply and they're still in campus. So if you're in campus and you want to apply, just apply. Okay, Mandela fellows range from 25, ideally it's from 25 years old to 35. But luckily, if you're like me and other young people who are there, for me, I attended the fellowship when I was 24. And then the youngest fellow was 22. She's from JKUAT. She's from JKUAT, but she also volunteers and has a social enterprise. So that's the catch point. You volunteer, you do something that has direct impact to the community. So all these are Kenyans, and we also had the Kenyan deputy ambassador of Kenya in Washington, seated there with us, and it was a nice time for us. We were happy to have other Kenyans. It was the first time we were speaking Swahili in like 6 weeks, so it was amazing. Yeah, so for me, this is my organization that I was telling you about, mentallyright.org, and you can reach me on my personal mail. Any of those mails, when you send me mail, I think, I tell myself that I'm very, very good at responding to mail. Or if you think finding me on Facebook is easier, I can respond to your mail at the end of the day. So on Facebook, I'm Naliaka, Kituyi. But I prefer if you send me mail because mail is more effective for me.